Ready? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين. والحمد لله رب العالمين. Is it easy to live with belief, with your belief? Do you have any challenge?
A lot of challenges.
Sorry?
A lot of challenges.
A lot of challenges. In which respect?
Sometimes you forget.
Forget. Okay.
You take your existence for granted.
Yeah. Now, we forget what?
Our purpose here.
Our purpose to be in this world. And that was, we forget, and what else? You said something else. Do you remember what he said? We forget, and you said something else.
We take our existence for granted.
Yeah, take the existence in general for granted. That's why we cannot really apply our belief into practice. What else? I didn't touch it, don't talk. Okay. Huh?
Well, I feel that a challenge is just believing in something you don't see. That's a challenge in itself, because there's nothing, or sometimes you don't see something to confirm what you want to believe in, or you feel that you should believe in.
Sometimes you want to confirm.
Like, I want to believe, for example, that this world is fair, but I see a lot of indicators that, people get away with things, and so it's hard to confirm that belief that I know that it should be fair, but I don't see it sometimes. As example.
You don't see it. Is it because of any influence or effect from outside, or because of your own development of, or your own
Maybe both.
perception of belief has not been matured?
Maybe both. Probably both. I mean, belief means that you can't see something, but you know it exists.
Yeah,
That's belief.
that's belief.
And just that concept of believing in something that you don't see or you may not see directly is difficult.
So if you see it, it won't be belief anyway.
Yes.
It's with knowledge.
Yes, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
belief in itself is a challenge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
belief by its own nature is a challenge.
Yes.
Mm. Anyone else? Do you have any other challenges as far as your belief is concerned?
I think the challenge lies in the maintenance of the belief.
Sorry, like?
the challenge is not in believing, but it's in maintaining the belief.
Maintaining the belief. Is the challenge is in maintaining the belief. Why? Why do you think it is difficult to maintain one's belief?
Because it's challenging.
It's challenging. What's the reason? Any?
I think it's because of how you evolve and how you continuously define belief and sort of the factors around you, how they influence how you define belief as well. So it's sort of the challenge of always continuously negotiating, how you understand belief versus you being like within a certain environment that also sees belief or something in a certain way as well. So it's just the continuous negotiation between these two is the challenge, and I feel that is the sort of the maintenance that you have to have. That is the challenge of you maintaining it.
If we define belief as one's conclusion, so you must be comfortable about it. But maybe the problem is being aware of your own conclusion, because we keep forgetting. Otherwise, the belief itself is your conclusion. If someone is not sure about his conclusion, then he has to come back to investigate again, to reinvestigate again. But sometimes we confuse two things. Because we have not established we might not have established our belief at the beginning. It is just the continuation of some sort of tradition or cultural tradition. And then when we encounter any challenge that challenge your belief, then because you didn't have the base for it, you cannot really defend yourself. So it is not the challenges of the belief, challenges of one's belief. It lacks the confidence in one's belief from the beginning. It means he has to go back to the beginning and re-establish everything from, if you like, from scratch. Otherwise, there are degrees in belief, but we are not talking about the degrees in belief. Now, whatever I conclude right now, it is my belief. That's my conclusion. So I have to live accordingly. I have to see the universe accordingly, existence accordingly, my humanity is accordingly. But we are not jumping, of course, we will be careful not to jump into action. It means rituals. Well, we are talking about belief. So most of the time I feel that because our belief has no substantial base at the beginning, from the beginning, and when we hear anything, if which challenges our belief, especially when we go out of our, if you like, comfort zone, Muslim, if the person is a Muslim environment, of course the people have other kinds of understandings of existence. When they come up with their own understanding of existence, we startle actually. Oh, what's happening now? The people interpret the universe in another way. So I say, no, it is not what I am expected to say, but because I don't know why, I say in another way. It is contrary to the other people or the people who don't share your belief system. So if someone wants not to forget his belief, he has to go back to the beginning and reestablish his, if you like, his conclusion, that what he really believes in. So Quran reminds us this. Anybody else? I think somebody wanted to say something. You wanted.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
So you were saying that, okay, there are different levels of beliefs, right?
That is different.
But we're not going to talk about that,
No.
right?
No.
But you're also, on the other hand, you're also saying that if like sort of somebody challenges or something, then you start to question your belief, you have to go back to the roots and really establish it as a conclusion, right? So that in that sense, we're also saying that belief is one discrete like quantity. It's not levels. Because if we're saying that if somebody would go back and like establish it as a conclusion, that would also be I would feel like that this would be different from belief as being as somebody living his or her belief system every single day. Won't you agree that like just believing and establishing that La ilaha illallah as a conclusion? I feel like it might be, and you might disagree, but I feel like this is one step, but actually living every minute of your day, what does it mean? What does La ilaha illallah mean every minute of your day? I think this is where the challenge lies, because I would say, yes, I believe La ilaha illallah, but then Dr. Ali would say, well, what does that mean? How do you live La ilaha illallah? And that is, I think this is where the different levels of belief come along, right? You're understanding every minute of your daily challenges as well that come to question, just shake you so that you actually sort of go back to your normal daily, mundane things that in which you would enact in a certain way that does not refute your belief, but also you're not living La ilaha illallah in this situation. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this is,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is the challenge. But how are we going to overcome this challenge?
Continuously reminding ourselves.
Reminding what? Yeah, continuously reminding us, repeating ourselves? Are we going to repeat ourselves? Is the reminder?
Reminding ourselves, what does the conclusion mean? Like, what does the conclusion mean
For you.
for
you. It means the implications of your conclusion in your life, and try to expand the area where the belief really covers. For example, if I say very simply saying that, no, I know that the universe has been created. Of course, in the daily life, I cannot really live by it. I cannot stand this because, yes, universe has been created by God, who is called God, but in my daily life, it is not, my belief is not really applicable to my practical life because God is over there and I have nothing to do with him. But the most important problem that we are having, we don't establish our belief on something satisfactory for me, and I'm confident about it. We don't do that because we just borrow a system of belief from our mostly culture, traditional culture or ethnic culture. Of course, it is not applicable in my life because I just said I believe in Islam or Christianity or God or, God the creator, God the owner, whatever. That's what we repeat, what we have learned from the culture. And if someone comes up with a counter argument, but I cannot stand behind my claim. That's why I have to either close my eyes, close my ears, all right, to other voices, any counter argument, yeah, and stay in my cocoon, the cultural environment, and concentrate on being religious. Well, is it a safe place or a safe attitude? No. So we have to go back. You can just pretend to be religious and to pretend to have preserved your previous belief, but because you have no challenge against your belief system, you cannot really reinforce your belief. We cannot really reinforce your belief. Now, I would say the degrees of belief is the expansion of your belief area. When you say, when I believe in God, the Creator, this God, the presence of this God is where? In your practical life. Where is it? Where does this God really stand? In your practical life. Well, I'm not saying where God is. No. Where is the belief in God in your practical life? God created the heavens? Okay, one option. God created the earth? Another option comes down. God created me, but what do I mean by me? My body? Okay, my mind? My senses? Another level. So we have to understand the nature of belief. So who is God while the universe is so settled in its concrete order, or in its not changing, unchanging order? It's stable universe. Where is God? Everything is so ordered, so necessitate each other. You know, this is the causal chain. That's called determinism. Your determinist order. Where is God? So if I don't investigate these kind of questions, then of course I cannot live in this world according to my belief, because God is not present in my life. God is not present in the universe. Everything is happening according to a certain order. The challenges come from the lack of confidence in our belief, not because we forget. You cannot forget yourself. Do you forget that you have two hands? Do you forget you have legs? So how can you forget that this universe is being created, coming into existence by the power, the knowledge, the will, the wisdom, the mercy of the one who brought the universe into existence? Unfortunately, our challenge is, inshallah, we will study that a little bit further if we can today. Our challenges come from the lack of confidence in our belief system. Not because, for example, today I didn't wake up in the morning for prayer. So my belief is challenged. No, 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 no. We are not talking about action or rituals. So the understanding, for example, do you have a job or are you a student? Are you a student? Do you forget that you are a student? Do you? You've got a job. Eh? Do you forget that you've got a job? How can you forget that you've got an owner of your own existence? You can't. So the lack of confidence in our belief, that makes it fragile. Our belief is fragile. That causes the prejudice, bigotry, and separation. Separation, is it a good word? You cannot really get involved into other people's ideas, anything, because you haven't established your belief on a firm base. You are not you don't have confidence. That's why you are running away from getting in contact with the others. That's why people keep saying that they are non-believers. Don't go into their life or into their community, etc. Separate yourself. Preserve your own community. Because we cannot really encounter their arguments, because we don't have answers to that. In other, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that, belief in itself, could be challenging sometimes, and it could be helpful some other times. When it is like a guidance, if there are many options in my life and I feel that the belief would tell me that this option would be the safest option or the best option for me, and I would take it, it would be kind of helpful for me at that point.
What do you mean by guidance? Which
Or
kind of guidance?
for example, if you could say to me, is riba okay or not?
Well, it's not belief, it is an action.
But
no,
it
no.
depends, taking this action depends on your belief,
Oh, no,
right?
no, no, no.
No, no.
It means we are not on the same page.
Mhm.
Because we are talking about explaining your existence, who you are.
Mhm.
That is the your answer makes your belief. Afterwards, if you believe that you are owned by somebody, you don't own by yourself. You are not the product of, let's call it, nature or accidents. And then, of course, what do? You subscribe to the message of the prophets, and then the prophets say that you are created by the omnipotent one. So, and you start describing describing your existence accordingly, your life accordingly, and of course you get guidance for you look for guidance, you seek for guidance, how to use your free will. I have to choose this way or that way. So according to the teachings of the prophets, now follows after belief.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to say that if you say that, of course, I stand in this world as a creature created by someone who has created the whole universe, yes? And every moment, whatever happens in this universe is the result of his conscious will. That's very important, this expression, this conscious will. So everything is coming into existence as a result of his conscious will. Now I have to choose my free will to follow the will of this creator. Because everything is the result, everything is coming into existence as a result of his conscious will. Then you follow prophet. Prophet says you should take riba or interest or whatever, usury, whatever. Then it is not belief. It is the product of your belief. Whether you apply your belief or you don't apply your belief, if you have confidence about it, you will apply it. If you don't have confidence about it, you will be reluctant about it. Or, as a human being, not because you have forgotten your belief. You may be, or I may be lazy or negligent and be defeated by other factors and not follow the desire, the will of my Creator. That is the result of it. Now we are talking about really my conclusion, my submission to the reality that I see, the reality that I am being created, given existence by an omnipotent one, and that's how I am now. I am his product. So I have to see his presence in everything. Then you solve every problem if you concentrate on belief. But we always skip the belief side of matter, go into practice, and of course that's why even we are successful in practice, it will be just following the culture, not as a result of belief. So the belief must be the base for your usage of choice or free choice, human choice.
Do you mean that we should align our free will with what we believe is the conscious will of God? Is that correct?
No, we should be able to see the conscious will of the Creator. I wouldn't say God. Conscious will of the Creator behind every action that or every existence, everything exists in this world. So this is the result of the conscious will of the Creator. Whatever happened, whether it snowed, it is cold, it is winter, it is spring, or the weather is nice, I have a piece of bread, or I don't have a piece of bread, everything is the result of the conscious will of the Creator. So that is the realization we have to establish in our personal life, and then live accordingly. All the challenges come from lack of this confidence. If you want to follow religion, the religion must be based on this conclusion, belief conclusion. What do I mean by religion? Following the prophetic message. If I want to follow the prophetic message, I have to define the existence in a way that within this universe, I should need, the Creator must send me a prophet, a messenger, in order to guide me how to use my free will. Because I have to choose according to what? So that follows the religion, belief. So first we have to use our free will in order to come to a conclusion about the reality of existence. Then, according to, for example, if someone says God is the Creator who created the universe, and the universe is carrying on as it is put in order by God, so why should I need the prophet? But if I bring this belief into my own existence, into the existence of my senses, emotions, including free will, that it is given to me, and I am free to choose according to the Creator's presence in the event, whatever the object is, or the absence of the presence of God in whatever it is. For example, here Eric is drinking his coffee. Okay? Now, did he has to ask, or I may be drinking my water, and am I aware that this action of drinking water is directly created by the creator of the whole universe as a result of his conscious will, conscious choice? That is belief. That is acting according to belief. If someone drinks water and without realizing that it is the choice of the creator, conscious choice of the creator, it means his belief has not really penetrated into that details of the creation yet. Yeah? That's what we have to go through again from the beginning. Who is the owner of the water or coffee? Who is the owner of the desire for coffee? That consciousness is needed. So if we don't have it, if we lack that consciousness, what we do, we, if you like, force ourselves to follow a religion which is not really religion, but culture. And we think that we are following religion. Because we are following culture, which is based on assumption that the universe is created by God. But that's an assumption, that's not belief. It's assumption. But of course we say the universe is created by someone. Okay, what is it good for? Ask this question, what is it good for? Universe is created by someone who's called God. What is it to do with me? So I have a lot of vacuum in my understanding of the universe. This vacuum makes me this vacuum causes an emptiness or aimlessness in my life. I can do this, I can do that, because it doesn't matter. Although the universe has been created by God, but I can do anything I want. Why not? But what we do, we reduce our usage of free will as far as the cultural religion tells me. For example, I shouldn't take interest, usually. Yeah? But while I am breathing, there is no God. While I'm drinking, there is no God. While I'm looking at the weather, it's too cold, there is no God. Horrible, there is no God. But when it comes to certain actions, which are called religious activities, it must be the result of our conclusion. And that's very important to separate tradition, religious tradition, from conscious implications of our belief. It is very essential. It is missing mostly in the society, because we don't really establish our actions according to our beliefs. We establish our actions according to our customs. Yeah, that's what we want to do here. And it takes time, don't worry about it, but be a student of it. And it means seek knowledge about it. You know, we have to be brave enough to admit, I'll come back to admit there that in most of the cases we take religion for granted, especially belief for granted. I was born in a Muslim community. I identify myself as Muslim, as a Muslim. That is my identity. It's not my conclusion. That's my identity. But are you aware of it? It's very dangerous. Religion, Islam or Christianity must be one's, doesn't matter whatever the religion is, must be one's conclusion, confirmation, affirmation, not social identity. That's what we have to come back. For example, we might have happened to be born into a Muslim community or Christian community. It doesn't matter. There is no difference. There is no difference. We cannot say that I was born into a Muslim family. I am lucky than a person who was born into an atheist family and he is unlucky. It's crazy. You know, God is discriminating among his creatures. Look at the universe. There is no discrimination. Yeah? The rules of creating is so determined that we cannot see any discrimination in the creation of the universe. No. So it means the creator of this universe doesn't make discrimination. So if someone says, I'm lucky because I was born in a Muslim community, it means he couldn't get anything. So we have to establish this. We have to be brave enough to talk about it. You know, why do we believe that? How do we believe that? The people say that the things are happening by itself. No, it is the natural laws, determinate natural laws. Then everything is happening by itself. We have to talk about it. Is it really true? We have to be brave. Otherwise, if we hide ourselves, we wouldn't establish our belief. So I hope, inshallah, that's why you are here, or we are here all together, to establish everything from scratch. You have to ask your question. The question, if you are coming from a Christian background, say, why am I a Christian? Why do I prescribe to Christianity, Christian religion? If you are coming from a Muslim community, you have to question, why do I prescribe to is Muslim identity, Muslim community? Why? Because my father is a Muslim, my mother is it's not belief. Because it's not personal choice. Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand the distinction between believing in something and the actions that come out of that belief. But I feel that sometimes they don't have to be mutually exclusive. Like for example, say someone came to me and said, why do you pray 5 times a day? And I don't know. Does that mean that I should stop praying until
No.
I know?
That's obvious. That's obvious.
That's what?
That's obvious. You shouldn't. No, but you have to
some
go
people do
back.
that. I mean, some people say, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should find out. But until I find out, I don't have to.
So you have to help this person. If this person may be me, you have to help me. You know, why do I pray 5 times a day? You have to come and tell me, huh? Because Quran says, no, it's nonsense. You have to go back. Who are you? How do you define yourself? How do you define this world? How do you really see your feelings? How do you really regard your human qualities?
My point is it all right for somebody to question something, but still partake in it?
Of course. So of course.
I should be able to do that. It's
Yeah,
not
of
that
course.
I have to visit my original conclusion, and then when I make a new conclusion or confirm my conclusion, then I can do this. No, you don't have to do it, in series. You can do it in parallel.
No one said that. While we are doing whatever we are, whether we are practicing Christianity or Judaism or I don't know, agnosticism, whatever you call it, okay, Muslim, whatever, carry on doing that. But start establishing your belief system from the beginning. Don't be afraid of it. Go and ask the question, the most challenging question, ask. Don't worry, because by not asking the question, you cannot really preserve your non-existent belief. You cannot do that. It doesn't exist. If it existed, you wouldn't worry about it. But if someone says, you have two hands, you know, if someone says, do you have two hands? If you are sure, you say, of course, sure I have. Right? If someone challenges you. But if you are not aware of it, if you don't have this consciousness, if someone says, do you have two hands? You start struggling with the question because you don't know, you start getting angry and isolating yourself from that person, maybe rejecting this person, maybe attacking this person because you are not sure.
Attacking him with your 2 hands.
Yeah, but if you are sure, you wouldn't be worried about it. That's why we have to establish everything from the beginning, what we really believe, how confident we are in our belief. Whatever you are doing, carry on doing it.
You said something that, to me, I see lots of people fall into this, and they say, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't just follow culture.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people easily broaden that brush and say, oh, prayer is culture, I don't have to pray.
No,
It's part of the culture.
It's nothing. It's irrelevant. No, sorry.
I don't think Dr. Ali was saying that. What he was saying was,
No, I'm not saying he's saying that. I'm saying that lots of people can make that conclusion.
I think, you know how, like, when you do a regression, it's like, it's how much of, like, X predicts Y. So what he's trying to say is that it's, Y is not, I don't want to say, okay. I'm not gonna make it difficult. What I'm trying to say is that prayer is not a predictor of your belief, but once you are established your belief, prayer becomes an automatic action that you do. So what Dr. Ali was saying,
Confident about it.
Sorry?
You will be confident in
Exactly.
performing your
Right.
prayer.
What he's
Sorry, I
saying
don't
is
agree
that-
to that. Like, if someone were to come and ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, and I know I don't have a daughter yet. I'm just saying hypothetically. I don't even have a wife yet. Anyways, my point is that if I were to see that he does not pray, then I wouldn't think that he would be a good husband for my wife. End of story.
That is very practical in terms of in terms of action. Now,
it doesn't show that he has the belief.
now, whatever you do, whatever you are doing in culture-wise, when we don't, no one says that stop practicing your life. No, if you are working in a place, go, and if you are a student, go to your school, do it. But while you are here in this section, or if you can in this gatherings or class, if you can, you have to concentrate on establishing, confirming about your belief. In order to have a confidence in your belief, concentrate on it. Even as if you are a Muslim, then look at the Quran. The Quran always calls the reader to establish your belief. And your actions will gain value according to your belief. If somebody lacks belief, not saying that I believe in God, it's not belief, it's claim. You have to have confidence in your conclusion and try to expand the field of this confidence, because it starts with saying that the universe has a creator. That's one point. And it makes sense. Do you look at the universe? Yes. But it doesn't solve the problem. It is one point, the starting point. We have to go into details now. It means universe is created or has been created by God who is omnipotent, etc. Now, how can I connect myself to him? How can I communicate with him? And who am I? I have a free will, I have consciousness, I have mind, I have emotions. What shall I do with them? And also other peoples around me, other creatures around me, how can I interact with them according to this conclusion that the universe has a creator? We have to go into details. We have to study this. What my concern is, for myself and for you who come here together and share this atmosphere with me, my concern is we do not take belief seriously. We jump over it, we skip belief always. Why? Because it needs a serious concentration, seriousness, it needs a real study, and challenges come there. It means, yes, since God is omnipotent, all powerful, but everything seems to be natural. There are natural laws operating in the world. Where is God? And we have to come here to the class, talk about it. We shouldn't run away from it. If we shun away from concentrating on religion, on belief, we don't gain anything, we lose. And talk about, what to do in order to become a good man. Why are you bothering about becoming a good man? Why? Why do you want to become a good man? You don't have any reason. Because it seems to be nice, to be a good man, appreciated by others, applauded by other people. Oh, what a nice person, girl or boy, you helped a lot, etc. But why should I bother about it? We don't have essential answers to this kind of questions. That's why if someone says, why do you keep praying 5 times, whatever the times you pray? I said, okay. The answer is, worry. Never forget this. What are you doing in this world? You want to ask them. You understood, eh? That's why we have to face the challenges of belief. Don't worry about it. If we don't have an answer, we don't have an answer. Why do you bother? No. Let's pretend to have an answer. Cheating yourself, eh? Let's pretend to have an answer. We believe in God. No. We are believers. We are strong believers. We are Muslims. In Islam, we believe Tawheed, oneness of God. If you have an answer, you have an answer, and you are a human being. So stand behind this answer. If you don't have an answer, don't run away from it. That's my first call. Don't run away from your reality. Don't pretend to have established your belief. Don't pretend that you have belief because you belong to a certain faith community or tradition. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. There's no difference between being in a Muslim community or being a Jewish community. As a human being, how do you see yourself? Tariq.
I just wanted to say that I think I might disagree with Ihab's point. Like, so you haven't established your belief. We're not talking about degrees of belief here. You haven't established it. What good is your prayer? And the problem is, once you actually start doing that, you start judging people automatically based on that, whether they have belief, based on whether they pray or not, like the example of the daughter thing. So
come to yourself, speak about yourself. Can you do the same thing to yourself because you are praying? You say, I'm a good man. You are not praying, I'm not a good man. But not establishing the belief behind your prayer. We are not talking about being judgmental for others. No, it's not the point now. So if you are praying, you must have something. some reason, okay, to pray. You carry on praying. It's not a great deal, because what we have to do here, whatever the faith tradition we follow, because we must have something behind it. But let's study to confirm our stand. Let's question it. Let's challenge it. Let's challenge it. We don't have much time. I think the person may come. Let's read this verse now. Okay? Anybody? Okay, read it, inshallah.
أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون.
So, the English translation, rough translation. We are not studying the details of the verse. You know, there are many. Yep. Anybody? Rough. Anybody would like to read in English? Yep.
Okay, do human beings think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and that they will not be tested?
Yeah. Now we will discuss, inshallah, next Wednesday how this test takes place, or does this test take place. So, test it, of course, we have to say. So, I believe in God and finish, done? I'm done? No. I will be tested. It means there will be a lot of problems coming to me, lot of ideas coming to me. So if everything is created by God, yeah, why doesn't He give me what I want? Huh? What do I mean by God? A lot of tests we will have, inshallah. So the guy asked us to be ready to go out by 8 o'clock for this week. Next week, inshallah, we will be free until 8:30. So we hear the news that Sister Zainab's grandmother has passed away, and may Allah grant her the paradise in the hereafter, and inshallah she will be pleased with her Lord, because she went back to her Lord. Where she came back, don't worry. So, the circle has been completed. Inshallah, Allah will be pleased with her. Just we will have our good intention about her, that she has definitely tried to do her best in this world. Of course, everybody has shortcomings, and we will ask Allah to forgive her shortcomings. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It's a beautiful circle. We are from God and we will go back to God. If you have this consciousness, you are comfortable in this world. Every day we come from God and go back to God. Don't worry about it. So she has left this world, but it doesn't mean that she has fallen into annihilation, non-existence. Now, that is our aim to establish, actually. There is no annihilation. It's not easy just to say that I believe in God and that's it. Now, we have to establish that there is no annihilation. Can't be. Inshallah, we will expand our belief as much as possible. So anybody else would like to say, may Allah treat her with His mercy, inshallah. Inshallah, He will. No? Okay, we have to stop today. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.